Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is exactly 10 o'clock. The polls will be just closing all over the country now. Election 2024. I voted there in the evening. There wasn't many around. I think there's only 2 in the polling station when I went in around 4:30. Done a bit of visiting today. Seen only the racing that concerned me. We had Reeler In was first off the bat, drifted out to 25 to 1 Airy in the day. Clearly didn't stay the 3 miles, came there at the 2.5 mile mark, tanking, which it was into 7 to 2 in running. Clearly didn't stay. That's the last time you'll see that trip. We had Ambient Amigo, who was gambled on into even money, drifted out to 11 to 8 before the off. Came there tanking, was 1 to 2 in running. Stablemate pulled away. There must have something happened. The horse. Well, did anyone hear? Was it a blood vessel or something happened? Couldn't fall out of the back of the television like that. And there was a nice winner in the Jukebox Man. He sang a very merry tune. A very pleasing performance. Great jumper. Great attitude. Big and bold. I thought might have been too short, perhaps. Being second in the Albert Bartlett and second in Aintree, but a hell of a performance, considering it beat a horse well that had won, well enough first time. But as I said last night, what did it beat? It hadn't bet a lot. Helchenham was a bit of a disappointment. It jumped peculiar anyway, fierce cumbersome out the back, wasn't put into the race at all. And then Strong Leader, who I put up last night as an anti-post bet. I see the Green Bouquet and their bed partners clipped it from 12s into 8s. Hills are still 16 to 1. So I think it's going for the long walk. Probably go a long walk Cleve and see what it'll be like then for Cheltenham. So it should be the best English challenger, I'd imagine. I forgot to check there to see did Hills clip it in. There wouldn't be too much, I would imagine. But we go in hope. Hank the Tank was come on the bus the other day. He wasn't that big, Hank the Tank. I meant to get up a half an hour with the Chiefs are playing. They're 13-3 up against the Raiders. It's brutal stuff altogether. It's the power of mistakes. And mistakes by the officials as well. There was a couple of missed calls and there was a couple of wrong calls. They must have all ate too much for Thanksgiving. That was yesterday. On to tomorrow, I'm having a look at the Newbury card. We'll start with saying that I have it opened up there. There's a grade 3 in Ireland. If you look at, I probably should have left this until last. Yeah, I'm going to leave it until last. I'm going to go on to the fighting fifth first, because there's collateral form that will come into play. This is Grade 1 fighting fifth. Sergino is the Fav that won in Aintree. It's odds on even money. Mystical Power second. The last time a 4-year-old won this was 2012 when Countrywide Flame for John Quinn won it, and that had won the Triumph that year. And beaten into second that day was the winner of the Supreme, wasn't it? Yeah. Cinders and Ashes. That was a 5-year-old. So a 4-year-old before that, that's the only 4-year-old since 2020 years. So an extra special one will win. So it's pretty much the same, a 4-year-old up that won in against Mystical Power. who won in Liverpool, who was second in the Supreme. It's all the rave because the gallop with Constitution Hill, but you don't know how much lead Constitution Hill had in the weights like Horantzzau. I haven't much time for them gallops, to be honest. I think there's one bet in this, rather than taking 11-8 about Mystical Power or Even Money. I thought we have a bus horse in at lump sum. A lump sum is 7-5, 6-4 without the two of them. That's what my bet on the race. And if they're first and second up the stretch, 8-5. That'll be the green bookie now because that's their bed partners. They're 5-4 with Hills. I think it's something around 6-4 to be placed. Let me see what a top 3 finish is showing. 6-5, 5-4, something like that. That's my bet in the race. There's a grand handicap chase to wind up the rehearsal. Always throws up good winners. If I come up, I'm between a couple. If I come up with a decision, I'll put up in the morning because I want to get back to time what finished see the last of the game. On to Newbury. The 12:07. The favourite in this is the Listen to Your Heart Skeletons out in fourth. It was workmanlike, I thought, the last day. But I thought at 9-2, and it was 5-1 in places there earlier, that Sansrisk, that won a grade 3 in Down Royal. And they beat a decent yardstick in Royal Hollow. It's very slow tonight, must be the wind. I'll if it's slow, I'll just continue dancing with a quick step. We were on Savante. Do you remember that day? And it ran terrible for us. What's happening here?
He is coming pressure and has dropped to the back of the field.
That's
2 flights left to take and it's getting very congested now. Royal Hollow, Sansrisk, Mystical Goddess, Storm along the Mannion behind needs an out. Savant being shaken up and gone on. Yokel, 2 from the finish. Sansrisk didn't meet that one very well. Royal Hollow still lead to Sansrisk. Mystical Goddess, Savant looks beaten now. Mania back in fourth, up with the final fight. Sansrisk near side, jump to the better. Royal Hollow is very awkward and Sansrisk is now asserting, moving on by a couple of lengths to Royal Hollow. Mania battling it out for minor.
I don't know what's up with this tonight. Maybe it's the weather. Sansrisk is the bet each way. It's a 9-2 shot there and 4-1 or whatever. On to this is very poor. Trusting at this bollocks and earlier, no. I thought Dimnat is a first time out this year, but the horse that won the Hennessy, the old Hennessy a couple of years ago, Le Milos, it ran well enough this year in the Paddy Power. Oh, here. It only got tired coming to the second last. It actually was making a good run. Coming to the outside behind Senior Chief. We'll see that in a bit. I won't waste time on it. That's an each way play in that. Le Milos. 115. I'm going to quench that one. Just this was flying it earlier. The New Lion, fierce impressive first the last time, and that's a half sister, or is it a full sister? Newbury. By Cave Tara. It's a full sister to Katira, and it's a half sister to El Presente and Blair's Cove. Fierce, well bred. Hacked up the last time. That should be winning, I would imagine. On to the handicap hurdle. Just it's very slow. It could take all night to get this hooked up or in the oven. Imperial Trois is the favourite. There's an each way play here. Holy God. For Nicky Henderson has 4 in it. This spring note is 3 for 3 at Newbury. I'll have to abandon this. Three for 3 at Newbury. It beat Brentford Hope. That was a 2-horse race last year at Newbury. Beat Amelia's Dance and Porter in the Park. Horses that like courses. If a good price, I like to play them. It's a 10, 11 to 1 shot there. A lot of bookies are paying 4 places. 225. Queen's Gamble, an old favourite of mine, is there's money for it in the last hour. That's probably on account of the ground. It doesn't seem to be raining as much as they thought. Jericho de Repine, they must abort the campaign with fences. I thought an each way play, even though it's carrying big weight, Salver seems to be above average. Ah, dear. Why is this so slow tonight? Just third in the Triumph to Majborough, and Cargisi was second. Cargisi then but Nuremberg, that went on to win the Galway hurl. That was only rated 128 at the time. It was put up £15 for that run. It's going to, if it's above average, which I think it might be, it's not a great field. Cargisi then won, second to Sergino. It beats Bottler Secret. That's in that race in Ireland that I was looking at Fairyhouse. And that was second to Gimme 5 in Cheltenham. I thought Salver as an each way bet there through the line with Cargisi. On to the big one of the day. With a bus horse running this, Senior Chief is put up £10, £9 or £10 for winning the last day. The one is 11 to 1 for us. We have to play it. It's an each way bet. And one with it, the other Irish horse. The last time the Irish won this actually was Willie Mullins when he won it with Total Recall. But this has been second in two nationals. This is no fun tonight. It was second to Florian Porter in Listowel when it came from a long way back. And then it was second in Limerick. And the extra furlong here, extra nearly 2 furlongs. There's always a doubt about horses staying the extra couple of furlongs, but this was staying on the twice over 3. And there's a doubt about a couple of them that has ran it at 2.5. But if you look at this race here, Stuzzicini came out of this and won the Troytown. And this was way ahead of it here. So that's a 12 to 1 shot. There's that Can Do Kid. The form was let down today a bit by one I can't think of. Victorine is a 6-year-old. 6-year-olds don't win the race. 2 7-year-olds were picked there. Brother Boy will probably pop out in front. Senior Chief will be up at the pace, and hoping then that Horantzzau Dairy might pick up a place. That was the race with Senior Chief. And that's Le Milos on the outside, and he was going well until he ran out of petrol.
From Ascaria 10 as they run down towards 3 out. Le Milos is now engaging, does he know, and Broadway Boy on the outside.
This is Senior Binny. Senior
Chief is following. Then the short go and Pepe chasing fire with a bit of work to do. Broadway Boy, does he know? They still hold the lead between them. Senior Chief Le Milos coming
he dies away at this stage, but he ran well up to
the short go is in 5th as they turn for home here, and it is still Broadway Boy, does he know? Senior Chief coming there with every chance under Dara O'Keefe. The short go, the stablemate is in 4th. Le Milos is weakening in 5th, but here comes Senior Chief on the outside of Broadway Boy. Does he know? And the short go in behind. This is the second last. Senior Chief rose first there. Does he know? And Broadway Boy in 2nd and 3rd. Then the short go, but it's Senior Chief and Dara O'Keefe at the last. Got over it in front. The short go is a huge threat. The Henry de Pomhead pair go on up the hill. The near side, the short go. The far side, Senior Chief keeping on strongly. They run inside the final 50, and it's Senior Chief.
Senior Chief. The short go. He disappointed, didn't he, since? Was he in the Troytown? We have a bus horse running in the last as well. Bus horse to newcomers to the channel is a horse that we tipped and backed and won for us the last time, and that's Imperial Saint. It's 2 for 2 over fences. Very impressive the last time. Formerly won a pint to pint, so actually you'd prefer racing at 2.5 mile. So he needs a fast pace to be aimed at. Won a point to point when he was with Stuart Crawford. 2 for 2. Has improved no win for a fence. The danger is one that'll be up at the pace is Isaar Airy, because that was only just collared late on by Matador. And Matador came on and won again since. Impressive. So we'll have to stick with the bus horse for a win, maybe a reverse forecast with the two of them. That leads us to the one that I'd left in. That Calaconte had Cargisi form, but it isn't a great Group 3, and Willie is thrown in one here at the deep end. He doesn't do that too often, and anyone he does it with turns out to be above average. This hasn't ran for over a year, but ran in a 3-year-old or a juvenile, whichever you prefer, tomato, when last seen out. And damn yeah. He's a fine, big, imposing sort. Should have grown a bit bigger now, probably, in the year. There was an 8 to 15 favourite in this race. If we ever get to see it. Go on, Richard. That's him here with the noseband.
It's business. Going pretty well is Anzadam on the outside. That's the leading trio. Boom Boom Chow pushed along at the back marker, Lord Pluge, coming towards the final flight, and it's still Kayleen Dubula, but what's Anzadam got left? The favourite Le Blavet takes that in third and a couple of lengths adrift. It's Anzadam and Florent Bale out in front here by a couple of lengths or so to Dubula and Le Blavet, but Le Blavet beaten here, and Anzadam is going to go on to score. Le Blavet will be second.
That was good. So he's pegging him in at the deep end. He's a 4 to 1 shot. His third favourite. Calaconte won a handicap hurl in Down Royal. So when you gone handicap and you gone up, I think £4 for that in the ratings. So this one, if he comes out, he could be worth a bet tomorrow. That's what I'm gambling on anyway. Is Anzadam in the last one. See, the Chiefs are up 16 to 10. It was 13-3 when. So I'll see the finish of this. I'll get this into the oven. So bash the bookies over and out.